So I'm now at the back of the convention, but I was drawn to this white booth. So I decided to come and take a look, even though it looked like any other case or CPU cooler company. Talking to them, I was kind of wrong. So this company is called Endorfy. So actually Endorfy has been around for 3 years, just that they have mostly only been selling in Europe and not in Asia. That's why we don't see them in the Asian market, especially in Singapore. Having gone through here, I've seen some pretty interesting products. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this CPU cooler. So this is an air cooler from them. It looks like a typical heat sink with the 140 fan in front. However, you can see that the fan blades here have like ridges on them. So these are special like cutouts for the fan blades. So according to Endorfy, these fan blades help to reduce the amount of noise that comes out of the fans, because these fan blades help to like reduce the wind pressure, wind current, if I didn't really say that wrongly, cut down the amount of like byproduct noise that may come out of the CPU fan blades itself. Aesthetically, it actually looks very pleasing because it looks menacing, it looks strong. It actually gives a very nice tough character to your CPU socket area for your CPU build. Endorfy also wanted me to talk about their new cases. This is the ARX 700 ARGB. It comes in both white and black, and this is the air version. So it's a very nice case. It's side angle for the wire management. These cases allow you to put up to an eATX motherboard, but however, I prefer to just stick with the ATX to make your cable management a lot easier, because you can see that if you want to put an eATX motherboard like every other case out there, going to have a slightly harder time for the power supply cables. eATX motherboard is definitely better and more optimal for a case like this. To access the case, you can just easily remove this magnetic cover. Okay, you can put up the 3 140 fans for intake. To access the radiator, just pull out all these thumb screws and you can pull out the radiator from the front. You have cutouts for the wires to make your build look on cleaner. It comes with the 140 fan at the rear, and you can put up to 3 140 fans for the AIO. And you can also mount a 120 fan over here, or you can also put your water cooling reservoir at this section. So, and the guy also mentioned to me that a model actually managed to run custom loop water cables through the rubber grommets. If you're up to that challenging task, you can also do so by running your hard loop tubes from this rubber grommet to the CPU socket or to your GPU. And now we go on to the paste resistance. So this is the Crystal Onyx White XL case. So you can see that this is a full glass window. It's elevated off the ground. It has the I/O panel on the bottom. And as for fans, you can put up to 2 140s or 3 120 fans on the side, a 120 fan or 140 fan at the rear, and up to 3 140 fans on the top. If you want to put a radiator, you will have to remove this shroud to access it. If you're just putting purely fans, there is no need. So I did mention to them that it will look a lot better if they have something such as rubber grommets to come out this side, because right now I feel that it's a bit empty. So the rubber grommets, which I think tend to be quite modular, you can easily place them over here, run and tidy your PCI power cables through this hole, which makes the overall build look a lot better. And in terms of whiteness, this is a very nice build, and it showcases all of your white parts in a very nice fish tank case.